Hey, Cub fans! Thanks for joining us here on Cubs 24/7, where Randy talks Cubs with delight and optimism. And today we're gonna just do a little status update on the trades from 2021: Baez, Rizzo, and Chris Bryant. Kind of see how that's going, where we are. So we'll go ahead and we'll start with the Javier Baez trade. We got Pete Crow Armstrong in that deal. And currently, Pete Crow Armstrong is our number one rated prospect. He's on the 40-man roster as we speak. And he looks the part. You know, PCA is 21 years old. It looks like he's going to get all the opportunity to win a job in 2024. I know there's a lot of factions of people that think he may even be the opening day center fielder. You know, the Cubs traded Baez for a reason. They traded Baez, Rizzo, and KB for a reason. That's why I think the players that we have, especially three of them, I think they're going to get every opportunity because that's what the plan was when they traded Baez, Rizzo, and KB for these guys. So PCA is the number one prospect in the list of prospects that we got in return from those superstars. So I think they're going to get more than a fair shot to win some playing time, and I think PCA leads that. So PCA in center field in 2024 possibly, but as of right now, the Baez for PCA trade looks like it's pretty good. Javier, unfortunately, has fallen on some hard times. When Javier left the Cubs, he had a Cubs 8-year career. And he hit 262 with the Cubs. He had a 303 on base percentage and a 777 OPS. And since then, he's really fallen on hard times. I don't know. I'm just not sure what happened to Javi. But in 2023 for Detroit, he hit 222. On base percentage fell to 267, and his OPS dropped to 593. And I know that there were some, mental mistakes that he had made. He actually made a mental mistake on the base paths, and his manager pulled him mid-game. And it just is not going well for Javier Baez. Javi's going to be 31 this upcoming season. He has regressed really seriously since the Cub trade. So as of right now, Javi regressed, really struggling. PCA is 21 years old, blue chipper, number one prospect, and we'll have to see. But as of right now, we have to feel good about the Javier Baez for PCA trade. Let's do Rizzo next. For Anthony Rizzo, we got two prospects, and the first one is already gone. So at this point, we got just one of the two remaining. One of the players that we got from the Yankees was a right-handed pitcher named Alexander Vizcaino, and he's gone. He is elected free agency, and he has signed with a team in Dominican Republic and played in winter ball, and he's not listed on a prospect list. He's not on the 40-man roster, and Cubs gave him his they gave him his release. So he's 27 years old. I think they probably gave up on him. I think he was probably a throw-in for Rizzo, and it just didn't work out. So I think we can kind of turn the page on Alexander Vizcaino for Rizzo. But the good news is Kevin Alcantra is with us. He's on the 40-man roster. He is the number 4 overall prospect in the Cubs system, 21 years old. Big dude, 6'6", righty outfielder. And his scouting numbers are good. He hits his scouting numbers 50 for hitting. He's got plus power, plus speed, plus arm, plus field. Signed with the Yankees in July of 18 as a 16-year-old for $1 million. In 2022, he had a really good year. Played single A in 2022. Finished the season with a 273 average, 360 on base percentage, 810 OPS, hit 15 home runs, had 85 RBIs. Really good season. He's got more of a compact stroke than probably what the average 6'6" guy has, but he still has power. So what that gives us is he's got the power that you would assume a guy that size has, but he's got more of a compact, quicker stroke, and he does take his walks. and he'll take the ball the other way. So I think those things bode pretty well for Kevin Alcantra. I'm really looking forward to seeing what kind of spring he pulls together here in 2024. In addition to his compact stroke and he's got a good eye, he's very athletic. He's an athletic big man. He moves well, has good instincts both in the field and on the base paths. Played a lot of center field, so he's capable in center. But he teamed up with PCA down to the last probably 2 or 3 months before everybody got called up in right field. So that tandem of PCA in center and Kevin Alcantra, so PCA for Baez, Rizzo for Alcantra, is something that is very possible in the near future. And if that holds true, that's I guess that would be good. But how Rizzo's doing is a question. Well, Rizzo, like Baez, he regressed a little bit, but he's still very Rizzo-like. When Rizzo left the Cubs, he had a 272 overall batting average while his time with the Cubs. 372 on base percentage was fantastic, and an 861 OPS. So we all know what Rizzo did for us. Rizzo will be 34 years old in this upcoming season. Since going to the Yankees, he's regressed a little bit, but the numbers still are pretty decent. In 2023, Riz hit 244 with a 328 on base percentage and a 706 OPS. So numbers that have regressed from what he did over a 10-year period with the Cubs, but he's still Rizzo at first base. He's still in the heart of that Yankees lineup, and I'm sure that the Yankees are happy with Anthony Rizzo at first base. So for Rizzo, we got 2 players. One of them is already gone. The other is, just at the beginning. So the jury's still out on the Rizzo deal. Jury's still out on the Baez deal too. Really, the jury's still out on all of them. But those kids that we traded for are getting close. They're here, and they're sort of sniffing around a little bit, and we're gonna kind of see how this plays out very soon. Let's do Chris Bryant. Chris Bryant was traded, and we got 2 guys for them. We got an outfielder named Alexander Canario, who's now 23 years old, outfielder, righty, and we got a right-handed pitcher named Caleb Killian. Both of those players are on the 40-man roster. So of the 5 players we got for the 3 guys, 4 of the 5 are currently on the 40-man roster. And again, that I'm sure that was the plan all along. So for me, the Alexander Canario is the player we got for KB that is probably most intriguing. Outfielder. His numbers are hits of 40, so they rate him a little below average, 40, but plus power, average speed, plus arm, average field. Signed by the Giants in 2016 out of the Dominican, signed for $60,000. Didn't play a full season of minor league ball until 2021. And during that time, he hit 55 home runs the past 2 years. He had ranked second in the minors with 37 while moving up from South Bend High A ball to Iowa in 2022. So he had a pretty impressive run. Broke his left ankle in a base running accident in November of 22. So that's a big setback. We may have seen more of Alexander Canario or seen him sooner. He's 23 years old. But that injury in November of 22 really pushed him back. So he missed the first half of the 2023 season. But he's got well above average raw power, and he's got a lightning fast bat. You know how you see somebody that reminds you of something. I had a flash of a couple guys with some lightning fast bats when I see him, and it's like, it's quicker than most. It's quicker than the average. It's really interesting to see him swing the bat. Downside, he tends to be a little bit pull happy, and he's prone to striking out. Well, bat speed, he tries to flaunt that and gets it out early. But he has made some improvement. Here in that's the Cubs have been working on it. They've got to get his strikeout rate down, and they've improved that. So they're talking about him being primarily right fielder. That's where his range fits the best, and that's his arm strength kind of fit as a right fielder. So, KB for Alexander Canario. I like Alexander. He got that setback with the ankle injury, so we'll see what happens. The pitcher that we got for KB is Caleb Killian, and Caleb actually had he debuted and had some starts with us already. Caleb is the number 23 current prospect in the Cubs prospect system, 6'4", 180 righty, 26 years old, so he's not a kid. Fastball average, a little above average curveball, cutter average, below average change, and command is average. So his scouting numbers aren't great. Giants eighth round draft pick in 2019 from Texas Tech. He led the minors in strikeout to base on ball ratio in 2021 at 8.6. So that was kind of a highlight for Caleb. In the 2021 Arizona Fall League Championship game, this is when I first heard of Caleb, when he really put himself on the radar. He won that 2021 Arizona Fall League Championship game. He pitched 6 perfect innings with 8 strikeouts. So, championship game of the Arizona Fall League, and he goes 6 perfect innings, strikes out 8. He's on the radar, and I think that catapulted him into getting the 3 starts that he had with the Cubs in 2022. Problem is, those 3 starts were awful. It was ugly. He just was not ready. He regressed. I think that really set him back, and not only did it set him back, mentally, but it was pretty clear Caleb Killian wasn't ready. And we had high hopes for him when he came up in 2022 and had those starts. We were looking forward to seeing it. It's like, okay, what did we get for KB? Let's have a look. And it just didn't go well at all. His pitches are sort of interesting. He's best, according to the scouts, when he throws his fastball and can command it, but he's got 3 different types of fastball. He's got a 91 to 95 mile an hour fastball that sinks, and I guess that's the one he's most effective with. That's the one where he gets the most swing and miss. He's also got the 4-seamer that he can gas up there around 98, and he has an 88 to 93 mile an hour cutter version of it. So that's sort of what he's leaning on. And the Cubs right now are working on his command. So they feel like if he can command those 3 pitches, he's going to be pretty good. He's had trouble getting lefties out because he's got a low 80s circle change that he's not good with it. He's been ineffective with it. So lefties have been pounding him pretty good. So he's going to have to find a way to combat the lefties and figure out some approach. But the Cubs have been making adjustments with him, and trying to get him there. He's probably an improvement or 2 away. The ceiling for him is probably a 4-starter, number 4 starter. But right now they're looking at him more like a middle reliever. So that's Caleb Killian for KB, along with Alexander Canario. If both those guys turn into something, we can probably look at it as a positive. And KB, like Javi and like Riz, he's regressed. I don't know what happened. But KB, 7 years with the Cubs, hit .279, had a .378 on base percentage with an .886 OPS. And KB was fantastic. Last year, he hit .233 with a .313 on base percentage and a OPS of .680. I don't know, guys. I don't know what happened. Javi and KB really had some significant drops in production, and Rizzo did too. So, and KB's going to be 32 years old. Rizzo's going to be 34. Javi's going to be 31. As of right now, we'll see, but we're still certainly optimistic. These, for me, it's PCA, it's Alcantra, and it's Alexander Canario that I feel like we're going to see them play. The Caleb Killian experiment didn't go well, so we'll have to see what comes of him. But so the update is we're still waiting to find out. Javi and KB might rebound. There's still time, but it doesn't look good. Rizzo's going to probably be Rizzo. I would expect his numbers to be pretty much where they are. He's gonna play in the middle of that lineup, play first base for the Yankees, and he's going to be fine. So there's our current update with the Baez, Rizzo, and KB trades in the summer of 2021. So we'll see what happens. And I look forward to talking to you more about this when we start seeing these young guys this spring training. So we'll say goodbye for now. In the meantime, go Cubs go.